Before the 2009 college basketball campaign began, experts unanimously selected North Carolina as the #1 team in the land. They dealt with the adversity of tie loss and season-long nagging toe injury, and they're into the tournament as the Final Four team. Jim Calhoun's Connecticut Huskies also had an up-and-down season, battling through arguably the thickest conference schedule in NCAA history. The Michigan State Spartans, they were criticized all year for being the most inconsistent team in the nation's most inconsistent conference. The Villanova Wildcats, well, they're the lowest-seeded team still alive, a mere 3rd seed, but they took down Duke in the regional semifinal and conference rival Pitt in their regional final. The story behind each team's journey is wildly different, but the one thing that binds North Carolina, Connecticut, Michigan State, and Villanova together is their fight for college basketball's ultimate crown. For more now on the Big Dance's final matchups, here's Chris Gaulke, Todd Warner, and Donnie Dwyer.
Thank you, Brad. I'm joined again by Todd Warner and Donnie Dwyer for a closer look at the Final Four matchups. Guys, there's storylines all over with these 4 teams. A big one is the semi-home court advantage that Michigan State will have as they're playing only 90 miles from East Lansing at Ford Field. Is this a big advantage for them?
I think it's going to be a big advantage. You know, there's going to be 20,000 Sparty fans out there. It's not like it's going to be the zone at the Breslin Center, but I think it could be a big advantage, them playing close to home. They've already played there earlier in this year in the Big Ten ACC matchup. I'm not done against the North Carolina Tar Heels.
Well, first of all, I don't think it's like that because let's look at it this way. Villanova had the first round in Philadelphia, and they had cut it close with American. Also, the Utah State, when Marquette went to go play Utah State, that was considered a home game, and Marquette won that game as well. So you can't consider home field advantage anything.
I'm not saying they're going to win the game. I'm saying it's an advantage.
I don't even think it's an advantage at that because stats are more than how they do in a certain area around the year.
Well, we'll see.
All right, guys, from advantages to luck. The last 2 times UConn won the national championships were in '99 and 2003 when they came out of the West region. This year they come out of the West region again. Will this luck continue them to the Motor City?
Well, I don't think so. When you look at a 2003 team with Emeka Okafor, Ben Gordon, Marcus Williams, Charlie Villanueva, that team does not compare to this 2009 UConn team. I'm sorry, that team was phenomenal, and Calhoun's team that year was just amazing. Can you say that 2009?
That team was amazing.
You think
if they had Jerome Dyson, maybe they could. But I think UConn definitely still has a shot. I think it could be a UConn North Carolina match. But UConn definitely is. They came into the West twice. They won it. That's history. History. The records make me broken. Calhoun has his illness, so maybe they go out, win the title, and then he retires. But you never know.
No love for Tabit this year, guys?
I'm sorry, the 7'3" is a great defender. He doesn't even run up the court when he plays offense. I'm sorry, I don't like him at all. I don't even see him. I don't even see him solid in the NBA. He's like a Roy Hibbert from last year. And what is Roy Hibbert doing? Nothing. He's doing nothing, sitting his butt on the bench.
All right, let's take a look at the other game now. The Villanova Wildcats head coach Jay Wright is making his first Final Four appearance, and his team has matched up North Carolina Tar Heels and coach Roy Williams, who will be looking for another national title. Is this a disadvantage for Wright in the Wildcats going up against?
Well, first of all, you are looking as good as Jay Wright right now, so I mean, you have an advantage right there. But I think that Roy Williams has been there. Jay Wright hasn't been there. He hasn't had the quality players as he has over the years. When you look at Roy Williams, he's had Kansas with Heinrich and Carlson and players of that sort. And now he's with UNC when you had a Raymond Felton, a Sean May. He's had quality players. You look at Villanova. Villanova hasn't had a solid players as they do right now. When
they had those guards, Lowry and those guys, they were nasty. They have a top recruiting class next year. Jay Wright definitely. This team, just like in '85, they were 8 seed, lowest seed to ever win and beat the big boys in Georgetown and Patrick Ewing. Now they come back. This is a team that I think they might just be happy just to get to the Final Four. They were one of the hottest teams in the tournament, so it's going to be surprising to see whether or not they're just happy to be there or they want to do something when they're there.
My question for you, Todd, though, is you think Jay Wright's going to be able to take something out of his playbook that Roy Williams has? That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm not saying. I don't think he is at a disadvantage. Roy Williams has won national championships, and he has Tyler Hansel. This guy is looking for a national title. Why did he come back for this moment right here?
All right, guys, 4 teams left. Donnie, who's your national champion?
My national champion, I'm going to go with the Michigan State Spartans. I feel like this team has a solid defense, especially when you have a big man down low. You always need a big man in Suton. And also with their guard play, they'll be able to make it all the way.
Todd?
North Carolina. I don't care about Michigan State playing in Detroit. Tyler Hansel, you're not going to stop this guy.
All right, watch out for Villanova Wildcats. Back to Brad and Wabi in the studio.
Wabi, eh?
That's my nickname. Thanks a lot, guys. Looking at all this tournament talk here, Brad, how's your bracket looking at this point?
I got Villanova and UConn in the final. I'm looking pretty good, my man.
Genius.
Be sure to check out MUTV for all continuing coverage on the Final Four all week. And MUTVsports.com, of course, too.
He's Brad. I'm Robbie. Thanks for tuning in.